These are the PRISM series of card stands, perfect for games like Arkham Horror the Living Card Game and tabletop RPGs like Dungeons & Dragons. And in this video I'm going to be doing a how-to and unboxing on the design of the PRISM stands. My name's Kev and this is Tabletop Upgrades. Welcome to Tabletop Upgrades, a place where I share products and projects that make your favourite games look better, play better and set up quicker. And I've just finished cutting a batch of these PRISM card stands, and in this video I'm going to show you how to put them together. So if you've already bought the stands, thank you very much. I hope you could come back to Tabletop Upgrades for more beautiful upgrades for your favourite games. And if you haven't, then watch on and maybe you'll want some. A set of PRISM player card stands consists of 4 bases, 6 colour-coded base toppers and 5 transparent plastic clamps, 4 and 1 spare. An extended set's available with double the number of colour-coded base toppers in case you want to play 2 investigators of the same colour. The smaller card stands are perfect for principal standees and really make them robust and durable at the table. When you get the package, it'll come in a box like this with a laser engraved link to my website on the front. And inside will be a couple of things. There'll be a little flyer thanking you for your purchase, and there'll also be a secondary package with this notice on with a QR code. This QR code will link you to this video, and there'll be a web link if you want to type it in as well. So first job, open up the package. And inside you're going to see just 3 bags. So the first bag is going to be the actual coloured toppers for the stands. If you bought the extended set, then there'll be 2 sets of these. Next we've got the transparent uprights, and these have got some protective films on them. We'll come to that in a little bit. But the place you want to start off with are these black bases. Now inside the package, each base has got protective film on both sides, and there's a sticker on one side. That's going to be the top. Now if you forget and get it the wrong way around, don't worry too much, it really doesn't matter, but it just works slightly better if this top surface is on the top. Next, get 2 of the uprights and remove the film. Now you can do this with latex gloves if you really want to protect it from fingerprints, but don't go mad, it's going to be fine if you just carefully handle it by the edges. Try and keep it on a lint-free surface if you can. So back on the plastic bags is just fine, because that'll stop annoying little hairs and bits of fluff from getting inside. So once you've unpeeled your 2 uprights, what you'll find is if you look very carefully, there's an ever so slight taper going from, in this case, right to left. What you want to do is put the bigger side both together so they're on the inside. Now again, don't worry too much, it's not critical if you don't get that right, it just all works a little bit better and goes together that little bit easier. For the next bit we're going to need a hard surface, so I'm going to get the cutting mat out. Once you've removed the protective film with the dot on, lay it down flat, and I recommend you do that one at a time rather than peeling all the film at once. That way you'll keep everything the right way up. Next, it's just a case of pushing these transparent uprights into place, and you really do need a hard surface to do them. Now, as we discussed, the taper should ideally be sloping to the outside, so the 2 thick parts of these stands facing together. Again, don't stress too much, it just works that little bit better. On the base itself, you'll see there's a little nub there. Don't try and scratch that off or cut that, that's not a moulding mark. It's deliberately placed there to space and give a nice push fit on the uprights. So hard surface, place them together and just push down both together. And it's deliberately a very tight fit, and there we have it, that is now pushed in place. Next, it's just a case of grabbing your favourite investigator, finding the matching colour topper, peeling the film off as usual. Slide that over, and then we also provide these little card clamps that fit just over the top. They can be a little tight, so I include an extra spare, and really they're just so nice to have. It's not necessary to include those. Now, even though I've gone to great lengths to ensure a precision cut and make sure these are extremely snug fit as when we assemble this one, if you plan to pack and unpack these, eventually that tight fit will wear a little, and you may find that one of the uprights becomes a little bit loose eventually. It's not normally a problem because the card clamp keeps everything in place, but some players may wish to use a drop of CA glue or super glue, crazy glue as it's known in the US sometimes, just to hold everything in place. The best kind is a Loctite that you can get from a supermarket, but if you're going to go down the route of a hobbyist glue, I'd really recommend something like a high viscosity super glue, just so that it's got almost like a jelly-like finish, and you definitely want some kind of precision applicator tip. If you do decide to go down this route, do one stand at a time, and obviously this stuff can cloud up when it's applied, especially on a transparent surface, so you're best off with totally clean hands. And you want to apply this to just this little surface of the tab. It's a nightmare to focus in on this. Just on this part here. So we'll do that now. And we're talking at the tiniest drop, just to hold everything in place. Now, there's a danger when you assemble it that you could, in theory, wipe this down the side if you're not careful. So extreme care has got to be used when you're putting this in place. So guide it in and just hold it in place. And what I recommend is that you just hold an ever so slight gap there at the top and hold it in place for, I would say, a good minute before moving to the next stage. Now, for goodness sake, if you're going to use the super glue mod, then wait until it is completely dry, and I do recommend a full 24 hours before inserting your player cards. This has had plenty of time to dry. That goes in there. Put the base topper over old Jim, and we've got the optional card clamp in place, and everything is nice and solid again, ready to join Daisy on the next adventure. Now, this process is exactly the same for some other products that I'm using for RPGs, so just apply the same principles to these little standees and you'll be good to go. Thanks for watching. So if you like these videos, do subscribe, and if you've got any comments or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. If you want to get in touch with me directly, you can do so through my website at www.tabletopupgrades.co.uk. Now, I don't always do product videos, so if you want to see some playthroughs, click here. And if you want to have a look at some of the projects that I do, like my gaming table, then there'll be a link around here somewhere. Thanks again.